Hello, Timberlane friends. Today, your music class is going to be really easy and it's going to be really fun. The only thing I need you to do today is to go to a website. And this website is from the San Francisco Symphony. And it's this really cool website where you get to basically explore a bunch of not just instruments, but a bunch of different classical pieces of music, and you get to even write your own piece if you would like, and maybe even conduct your own piece. So let's go ahead and take a look at the San Francisco Symphony Orchestra website, and I'll show you how to get there. Ready? All right, so this is the website for the San Francisco Symphony Orchestra. This is their kids section. And what I love about this kids section is that you have a bunch of different ways to interact with music. So let's go ahead, and in my case, it says this site requires Adobe Flash, etc., etc., etc. I know that most of you use Google Chrome when you are on the internet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to get Flash to work really quickly if you're on Google Chrome. If you're on a different website, or if you're on a different browser like Internet Explorer or Firefox or something like that, there's different ways to do it. But on Google Chrome, here's what you need to do. Go to I can speak today. Go to www.sfskids.org. You don't need to worry about this last part. It'll happen automatically. So I'll show you. sfskids.org. I'm going to click over here where it says not secure, and it says flash block. I'm going to hit allow. If this little drop down menu doesn't appear for you, you can also go here where it says site settings, and you should be able to let flash with the little puzzle piece run by going to allow. So I'm going to go ahead and let Flash run. I changed it to allow, and I'm going to refresh my page with this little doohickey. And oh look, suddenly we have a lot of colorful things going on here. So welcome to SFS Kids, Fun and Games with Music. We're glad you're here. There's a world of symphonic music waiting for you to explore. Start by choosing a location, then jump right in and let the fun begin. I'm going to go ahead and hit Let's Start. There are 6 locations. Each location explores music in a different way. So use these buttons to browse the locations. Enter a location when you're ready to start playing. So these let you go in between different places. The Sea of Knowledge is really cool because it lets you explore different instruments, different pieces of music, different composers, etc. The music streams lets you just listen to music, and some of these pieces in here are actually things that I have performed as an adult, and some of them are going to be pieces that you recognize but you never knew the names to. This section here where it says play, it says music, play with music, musical skies, play games with a fantastic set of music from our playlist. So this is a section with little mini games. Perform music in the instrument garden. This is where you actually get to look at the instruments and kind of play them on this little browser and see how they work. Conduct music at Symphony Hall. Learn how to keep the steady beat and conduct your own orchestra. And compose music on Music Mountain. Compose your own music and share it with the world. So here's what I want you to do. For today, what I want you to do is go ahead and I want you to go to the Sea of Knowledge, which is going to be that first page that I showed you. And I'll even show you again. You're going to go to the Sea of Knowledge, and I want you to just click around and have fun and explore something that you did not necessarily know before. So I clicked Enter Sea of Knowledge. Can you discover all the secrets hidden in the Sea of Knowledge? There's fun little hidden things in here. So dive deep and discover fun facts about instruments, music, and composers. Explore how they are all related and how they all link together. Let's start. Welcome to the Sea of Symphonic Knowledge. Let's look around and see what we can find. The larger bubbles are knowledge bubbles. You can discover lots of interesting facts inside these bubbles. The smaller bubbles are link bubbles. Link bubbles explain the relationship between the connected knowledge bubbles. Moreover, you can move around the sea by clicking and dragging on the screen. Let's open up a knowledge bubble. You can click any knowledge bubble to open it. So I'm going to click the instruments one. Meet our four families: strings, woodwinds, brass, and percussion. Why are they called families? Because the instruments in each family share characteristics such as how they make sounds, how they're constructed, and the materials used to make them. So let's click on this link bubble here. After exploring a bubble, the bubble is marked with a gold star. This is your total progress for this location. Open more unexplored knowledge bubbles to increase your progress. So let's see how much of this we can get done. Opening a bubble can also open more link or knowledge bubbles. This number tells you how many different bubbles are inside. So this instrument section has a lot of different bubbles. While you are exploring, look for these arrows. They show that there are more knowledge bubbles to the immediate left and right. So this arrow here. All right, I think it's done explaining stuff to us, so let's go ahead and click on instrument families. Oh my, that's a lot. So just like it said earlier, the brass, the string, the percussion, and the woodwind family are in the instrument families. I'm going to go to woodwinds because I am a woodwind player, and I will even show you what my instrument is. The woodwind family, wood and wind, that's what makes this family of instruments special. Long ago, all the instruments in this family were made of wood, but now some are made of wood or metal or a combination of materials. The wind part refers to air that's blown through the instruments to make them sound. The wind is actually breath. Woodwinds are basically long, narrow tubes with holes. Many of the holes have little covers called keys. By blowing across or into the tube, air is set in motion throughout the length of the tube. Except for the flute, these instruments use a thin piece of wood called a reed, which vibrates when the player blows across it. The clarinet uses a single reed, just one piece of wood, while the oboe and bassoon use a type of reed made of two pieces joined together. You can discover different sound. You can make different sounds by covering and uncovering the holes while pressing your fingers or by pressing the keys. So let's take a look. I'm gonna be biased right off the bat and tell you right now that oh my goodness, if you click on the link for woodwind instruments, there are a ton of instruments here. And fun fact, I am a woodwind player, and because I was one of those people in school that loved learning to play new instruments, I can actually play some of these, more than one of these, but my main instrument is this beauty here. Now this is really cool. When you go to the instrument section, you can actually click on the picture to look at it closer, and you can actually play on this instrument in the instrument garden. So you also have a listening bubble, and you can stop the music by clicking over here where the thing that just disappeared. But I'm going to go ahead and change my sound over so that you can hear what happens when we go to the instrument garden and play this instrument. So it tells you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to play it. You will blow into a hole called the mouthpiece. To change the notes played, your fingers would close different holes called keys. Without a real instrument, though, we'll have to pretend for a bit. And you know, if I feel nice, I'll bring out my real instrument. Let's pretend the mouse button is your mouth. If you press and hold down the mouse button, more and more air gets blown. When you release the mouse button, the airflow comes to a stop. Now let's pretend each keyboard number key changes the fingering on the, not the strings, on the instrument. The letter above each number shows you what note each key plays. Let's try and play a note. Press and hold down one of the keys. I'm going to press the 1 key. With the key held down, press and hold the mouse to blow air into the instrument. So I'm already pushing down the button on my keyboard. Now I'm going to use the mouse. Pretty interesting. Interesting, huh? So we're going to go ahead and go back to the instrument list, and I'm going to go back to discover. This is how you get back to where you were before. Discover the sea of knowledge. Let's start, and we were already here, and we went to the instruments and the instrument families, and we went to the woodwinds because Mrs. Thomas loves the woodwinds. Now, what I want you to do is go ahead and explore as much as you want in this sea of knowledge, especially the instrument section, because you might even get to try playing one of the instruments online. So that's the kind of longer than intended version of how to use this website. I want you to go ahead and explore in here as much as you would like. And when you go on to Flipgrid later today, I want you to tell me one thing that you already knew that you found and one new piece of information that you didn't know. All right? Happy hunting. Okay, so I promised that I might even bring out one of my instruments. So I don't know if you all know this, but I have played the flute since, oh gosh, since I was 10 years old. That means I've been playing this instrument for 21 years. And I'm going to go ahead and show you my flute. I've been playing this thing since, this particular flute, since the 7th grade. I got it as a birthday present when I turned 13, and I still play it. So here's my flute. It comes in 3 parts, and you have to put them together. This is the body. This is the foot. I'm going to go ahead and put them together. And this here is my head joint. And I hope this is not too loud. But I'm going to kind of move my body so that you can see my whole instrument. I have been playing this thing since I was 10 years old. So when I play the flute, it sounds completely different than when you play the flute. And I know some of my 5th graders actually play the flute. If you're a 5th grader, you might notice that my instrument has holes. This is what's called an open hole flute. The instruments you have are covered. Ready? Here's how my flute sounds. So when you go on the SFS Kids website, you're going to be able to see what a flute looks and sounds like. I'll try playing one more thing for you. Hopefully my microphone can catch this without cracking.